This is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at another hidden legendary armor for the Pyromancer. This one actually had me become a detective. I actually had to do some detective work and actually verify if this was a legendary, if it was not a legendary. As you guys may know, I am part of the Outriders Ambassador program, and we had to actually contact the dev to find out if I was correct, if I was incorrect. But we were able to narrow it down, and now I'm able to bring you guys this cool looking legendary armor that once again has been right in front of our eyes, and maybe you guys didn't pick it up, but now we kind of have a better idea of what the armor is going to look like, which I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys already know. But most importantly, what that armor is going to be able to do. Is it going to be extremely OP? What mod is it going to take benefit of? And a few speculations that we're going to be diving into today. So if that sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. And I do want to remind you guys about our monthly giveaway. Don't forget to enter. Super easy. All you got to do is click the pinned comment in the comment section down below. So what exactly are we talking about this legendary armor? Well, I was only able to find out a couple informations, and there are a few like variants that we're going to be talking about as far as what this legendary armor is capable of doing. The armor in question is the upper robe of Lava Leech. Now, it is called Lava Leech, and we're going to talk about why I believe the name is going to be different and why I believe that the actual set bonus is different as well. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to go into today. So this is exactly what the armor currently looks like. I'm pretty sure throughout the gameplay, or when we guys saw the Pyromancer, breakdown video, and also when we saw the, we've seen Pyromancer gameplay or other footage, we've seen this armor set quite a lot. Now, a lot of us didn't know what this armor set was. We did know it was legendary, but we didn't know what the actual ability it was going to be focusing primarily, and also we didn't know where under what category that fell under. So today I'm going to tell you guys all that information. You guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned to this video. So you're probably wondering, Laser, this is not a legendary armor. This is purple. This is an epic. What do you mean this is a legendary armor? Like I said, guys, I contacted the dev. They said that the reason why this is showing us epic currently right now is because this was a very old build for when the game was actually being made, and there was really no like color tones as far as legendary set for that particular build. But I did get confirmation that this is by far a legendary armor, so it is a legendary armor. Now the name could be a little bit different, and I'm going to tell you guys what I believe the name is actually going to be. I think the name for this particular armor is called Corpse Scorcher, not Lava Leech. Theoretically, I'll explain why once we get into the details of the armor. Now, what does this armor entail? So if you notice right here, we got max health of 373. So we know this armor is going to be focusing on us staying alive and giving us a big boost into our health. We also are getting cooldown reduction, which is going to allow us to use our abilities a lot faster, more often. And we're also getting close range damage. As you guys know, the Pyromancer is extremely powerful when it comes to close range. Shotguns, SMGs, assault rifles are going to be its best friend. And you want to make sure you pick up those attributes. Now, based on these two particular attributes, we can kind of determine that that all the armor sets is going to focus primarily on these stats, which are going to be max health. All right, so that's going to be number one priority, and of course the amount of cooldown reduction you get from your gear, and the amount of damage you're able to do not only up close, but the amount of damage you're able to do when actually killing someone, as far as getting your health back. Right, not damage, but mostly health back. So if we notice right here, let me go ahead and pull up this image. Let's take a look at the first part. We're going to look at the upper robe of the Lava Leech a little bit up closer. And as you guys notice right here, armor power is pretty good, even though it's a level 30. It does say that it's lower than what we currently our highest is one. But if you notice right here, we actually get to see what the mods are. Now, if you notice from other legendary armor, these mods are not optimized. So these mods are not like the other mods that we got in for other legendary gear, which are level 3 and a level 1, or level 3 and a level 2, that have already been fine-tuned for that legendary piece of armor. So that's the reason why this gear is still on epic form, because they at state that this was recorded, they hadn't put those legendary mods in, or made a full on assessment if that was going to be the bonus armor set. Now I'm going to explain about the bonus armor set once we get into it. So currently right now it has the pure power. It says phaser beam increases damage dealt by the skill. So we kind of get an idea that maybe this might be boosting the phaser the phaser beam. I'm gonna explain to you guys why I think it might not. Then we have the dumb bullets, increase assault weapon damage by 20%. That one's kind of crazy, because that one, if we're able to get a mod 3, I don't know how high that goes, but usually I'm thinking it goes in intervals of 5. So 25 would be a level 2, 30 would be a level 3. If I could get that in level 3, come on, bro. That's going to be extremely OP. But now let's take a look at the bonus set armor. So for the bonus set armor, we have the Corpse Scorcher. Now, the reason why I think this particular armor is called the Corpse Scorcher is because if you guys go back to all the other legendaries, the name down here in the bottom is always the name of the legendary armor. That's why I believe it's called the Corpse Scorcher, not the Lava Leech. I think the Lava Leech is kind of like a name they put for it, but I think in particular, Corpse Scorcher is the one that the actual name of this legendary is. In addition to that, let's hear what the flavors text says of what the bonus is for actually having all 3 pieces. It says increased damage and decreased cooldown of Eruption. Now, for those of you who don't know exactly what Eruption is, I'm going to tell you guys what that is. And I'm also going to tell you guys why I believe this is not the one that's actually going to get boosted. So Eruption, what it does, it creates a volcanic eruption beneath a selected enemy. So you're going to be able to select an enemy and it's going to create like whoosh, like lava on the bottom, dealing damage to them and all enemies within a small radius and around the target. Now that's what that what the bonus set armor is. Now me personally, I think that this one is not going to do this. And you're probably wondering, Laser, why do you think that's not going to be part of the Eruption or giving you that benefit? I could be completely wrong, guys, okay? And this might be it. But when I asked the dev if that was the actual, bonus stat for that armor set, he said he didn't know, and a lot of things had changed from when that build was played. So it kind of gave me the idea that that might not be it. And then I went and did a little bit more digging, and I kind of came to the conclusion that this is not what it's going to do. It's going to do the increased damage and decreased cooldown, but it's not going to be affecting Eruption. Now, you're probably wondering why. Well, let's take a look at the skill tree of the Pyromancer, and I'm going to tell you why. If you guys notice right here on the skill tree, if you notice on the right-hand side of the skill tree, you're going to notice that it says that that this particular legendary armor is part of the Ashbreaker subclass. Okay, so it's part of the Ashbreaker subclass. Now, when it's part of the Ashbreaker subclass, that gives me the idea that this is going to be primarily focusing with Ash, right? So as you guys know, there is already an ability in here that lets you mitigate or have that functionality of Ash. Now, in addition to that, if that wasn't enough to convince you guys that it might not be falling under that category, if we go to the skill tree and we check all the way far back and check the ability that we're able to, compensate the most of when we're using the subclass, it's going to be taking advantage of the immobilize ability. Okay. Basically, there's only 2 abilities that are immobilized. Number 1 being Feed the Flames, which I know it's not going to be part of it. And number 2, one called Ash Blast. Now that ties in perfectly with the subclass, and it would tie with the option of the armor set being beneficial to any ability that gives you immobility. After studying almost all the legendary armors that have been shown in this game, I have come to the conclusion that every armor is going to focus on one of the 3 core attributes of each class. So each subclass, its armor set is going to be to enhance that ability and give you a better bonus stat for that particular ability. And as you guys know, there for the Pyromancer, there are 3 core abilities that he has, which is called Immobilize, which is going to be the first subclass that's up there. Number 2, it's going to be Ignite. And number 3, it's called Explosive. Now, if you guys haven't seen my previous video of the other legendary armor I did for the Pyromancer, highly recommend you guys definitely check it out, as that one covers kind of the Ignite subclass, and it kind of gives you an idea of what that legendary armor is. Plus, in addition to the next video after this one, which will probably be uploaded tomorrow, is going to cover every single legendary armor for the Pyromancer subclass, where I'm going to tell you guys exactly what the Explosive, Immobilized, and Ignite armor are. So you guys are definitely going to want to check out that video. But that is what I think it's the few changes that I believe they made to this particular armor. I believe they changed the name of the legendary from Lava Leech, which is theoretically what they had planned for this armor to do, and they changed it to Corpse Scorcher. In addition to that, I believe they're going to leave the increased damage and decreased cooldown effect, but it's not going to be for the Eruption, it's actually going to be for the Ash Blast. Now, for those of you wondering, Laser, what the heck does Ash Blast do? Well, Ash Blast is going to give you the ability to create an anomaly blast to inflict ash onto all enemies with a large radius around you. Now, as you guys know, ash is going to be extremely important in this game. It's going to help you kind of pretty much, pretty much just immobilize the enemies. They're going to stay frozen for 3 seconds. You're going to be able to lay some fire on them and cause a lot of damage. So there you guys have it. That's what I believe the changes are for this legendary armor. Overall, aesthetically, this does really look really cool. It reminds me kind of like the Silent Hill, enemy that's always running around trying to kill people. But overall, in general, guys, this looks amazing. I can't wait to actually get my hands on this one. And like I said, every single time I make one of these legendary videos, it's like I want to change my class and move on to another one because the legendary armors are so crazy good. But I can't wait to actually see if I'm right or if they were right and they kind of played a trick on me. So we'll see what's up. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Now, if you guys are enjoying our Outrider content, I do recommend you guys check out any of the other videos that are appearing here on screen. They're amazing. And if you haven't seen them, highly recommend you guys definitely check them out. Thank you guys for the amazing support you guys have shown to the channel. If you guys are enjoying our Outrider coverage, make sure you guys drop a like, share with your friends. But most importantly, guys, if you're not subbed, make sure you subscribe so you won't miss our Outriders coverage. Thank you guys for watching it, and I will catch you guys on the next video.